Well, thank you so much for joining the Korea Herald today. You've been in Korea for about 4 months now. How has it been so far?
It has been great. I've been really looking forward to coming to Korea. Korea is a far more developed and far more exciting country to be in.
I want to talk about environmental aspects. Denmark is a pioneer in sustainability, green growth, green energy. There's a global consensus to achieve a greener society. Even the finance sector is joining in on that global effort. What are some elements, do you think, are essential to Denmark's success in that area?
Thank you for that question. I think, we got a wake-up call in the 1970s when the first oil crisis hit Denmark. It cost us a lot. We were 100% depending on coal and oil. And our government back then took a decision, first of all, to develop some oil in the North Sea. But secondly, and perhaps most importantly, was to focus on renewable energy. So we started the journey focusing on wind, biomass and biogas and also solar. And perhaps I can just show you one slide on it to give you an idea. This is an overview from yesterday morning, 16th of January. Yeah. And 8 o'clock in the morning, this was the energy consumption in Denmark. The total production, as you can see, the light green one is the wind farms, counting for 75%. The next color down here is sort of the small power supply from biomass. And finally, the dark areas from coal and based power plants. So you can see on a daily basis, 70%, 75% from renewable energy. We are very proud to be able to do that and think it's a great achievement. And in a few years, we were aiming for 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a rough outline or time frame?
We want to do the 100% renewable before 2030 of at least our electricity. And maybe for those who don't know Denmark, this is what Denmark looks like. It's a peninsula attached to Germany. And then we have a couple of islands. Here's where Copenhagen is. But our energy grid is of course supplied by the wind farms all over Denmark. But we are also linked up to Sweden, to Norway, to Holland, to Germany, which means that when we produce excess in terms of wind power, then we can export. And they turn down for their hydro in Norway and Sweden when we need more, and we have a good integrated net. But Korea can do the same, because you also have hydro to some extent, and you have still very little renewable energy. And so it's a journey you can take, and I think it's a good business case also.
And South Korea and Denmark are also working together in the environmental sector. Could you share with us the status quo on environmental cooperation between the two countries?
The two countries have been close for many years, but I think the Green Agenda or Green Growth Alliance was put in place in 2011 when our Prime Minister signed an agreement with your President. And ever since then we have had sort of yearly exchange, meetings between ministers, even summits. And just to mention a few, already the P4G summit where President Moon visited Denmark in 2018. Last year, our two energy agencies started direct cooperation to work on offshore wind farms.
Based on your expertise and experience, how would you assess South Korea's environmental efforts so far?
It's correct. I spent 13 years in the Ministry of Environment and Energy in Denmark, and I had the opportunity to deal with energy, water, agriculture, many areas. You are moving nicely in the car industry on electrical cars, hydrogen cars, battery capacity and so on. Areas where Denmark can learn from Korea. I think where you really have an opportunity to do more is on renewable energy, because you have the goals of 12 gigawatt of offshore wind, and you are aiming to move from 7% of renewable energy to 20 within 10 years. And I think it will be a really good business case for you. It showed that once we had the renewable energy in place, we actually got more investment. Big companies like Apple, Google, and Microsoft and so on, they want to invest in places where they can be sure about 100% renewable energy.
We are at a very special location, the house of Fritz Hansen. Could you tell us about this location?
The thing about Danish design is that it's often very functional, timeless, simple. And Fritz Hansen is one of the companies that has been around for 148 years, nearly 150 years. And they've been famous by working closely with some of the Danish designers. So Arne Jacobsen is one of them, doing the egg chair, doing the famous 7 chair, doing the swan chair and so on, that many people know and like. And I think this combination of being simple and timeless is what people like. Not only in Korea and Denmark, but all over the world. I'm very proud to sit in a shop like this. It's of course a store, but it's also a place where you can display the wonders or the beautiful parts of design.
I'd like to also talk about how Denmark is happy, a happy country, which is a clear contrast to South Korea because, as you may well know, we have the highest suicide rate among OECD countries, while Denmark ranked number 1 in terms of happiness back in 2013 and 2016. What's the secret behind Denmark's happiness? What can South Korea learn? We want to be happy.
Everybody wants to be happy.
That's right.
I think so. I don't think there's one specific secret about it. I think it's a combination of various things. It's a good healthcare system. It's a good and free education system. It's a good pension system. It's a good system for unemployment. So I think many Danes feel secure. But creating a more happy society, creating more space for families and kids I think is key. But of course it comes with a cost. Because all of that is paid from tax. So whenever you collect tax, you need to make sure you actually get the benefits of your tax system also. I must say also, I'm really taken aback by your film, Parasite. Congratulations on winning awards and now being nominated for Oscars. Yeah. It's a great film.
What was your favorite part about the film?
No, it's a great film, but it also tells me a lot about the two societies in Korea. You have a very upper class society, you have some poor Koreans. And whenever you have a stable middle layer, you have a stable and good country to move forward. And I think that's another one you asked about happiness in Denmark. Probably it's because we have a very big middle class.
What do you hope to achieve?
I hope to achieve that we have an even closer collaboration between our two countries. Because we might be different, but I think the difference and that we are both fast movers and innovative countries. When you mix the two innovative partners, then something great comes out of it.
Well, Ambassador, thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Yeah.